290 ahead of 460 for Castor. Minor got into 4.8 at one point, down $5 with bookmakers. Now the mighty J-Rod is in. There's my psychiatrist coming forward. Damien Oliver has a good book today. And Minor who flashed home week grey, Mooney Valley at a recent night meeting. It's about to complete the line. Goodwood Zodiac is quite edgy in the stores. So here is my Nikita. My Nikita goes in, completes the line, and they're set for race 2 at Caulfield. Signal, and they're racing. Zodiac away only fairly and had to be roused in the first couple of strides. Gets up to about 4th in the initial stages. Castor jumped well and leads from the mighty J-Rod, who's pushing up deeper. Good Zodiac improves to 3rd, followed by Serenade the Stars. 2 further back in the field, Grassini, and then came my psychiatrist, my Nikita, and Barrow at the end. So they leave the straight just over 2,000 metres to run of the mighty J-Rod, the pilot likely to half. Good Zodiac and Castor will box 3rd. 4th is Serenade the Stars, a length and a quarter away. Grassini on the inside of my psychiatrist. And then came my Nikita, who's a bit flighty there and took an awkward step on the outside of Barrow as they head towards the 1,600 metre marker. The mighty J-Rod slacking it right off and now walks past the mile by length and a quarter. Good Zodiac second, Castor is 3rd, and 4th in the race is Serenade the Stars as they climb. Grassini 5th the inside from my psychiatrist heading towards the 1,400 metres. Barrow on the inside of my Nikita at the end. So it's the mighty J-Rod for Chris Skirter in the saddle. It's placed at the hillside of Sandown last time and leads by length and a quarter. Good Zodiac second, 3/4 of a length away. Castor 3rd from Serenade the Stars as they reach the brow of the hill with 1,100 metres to go. Grassini 5th on the inside of my psychiatrist who would spot the speed about 5. My Nikita on the outside of Barrow at the end. Towards the railway side, the 900. The leader is the mighty J-Rod. If anything gets a little bit closer on the outside and pulls its way up to be the joint leader. Serenade the 1-1 is now 3D. Castor behind them. My psychiatrist improved to 5th as they pack. Then Grassini, and Barrow is last, but only about 4 off the leader. The mighty J-Rod hasn't found a lot. And at the 600 metres, Goodwood Zodiac goes to the lead from Serenade the Stars, who slipped up to 2nd. My psychiatrist 3rd. My Nikita's trying to get involved. Castor between horses. The mighty J-Rod on the inside tries to rally from Grassini, followed by Barrow around the turn. At the 300 metres, Goodwood Zodiac just in front of Serenade the Stars. Then came Castor, who dashes through. My psychiatrist down the outside at Serenade the Stars. If anything, just in front of Goodwood Zodiac, Castor and my psychiatrist at the 100. Serenade the Stars in front of Goodwood Zodiac. Serenade the Stars holding on and scored. Serenade the Stars from a photo. My psychiatrist will get it from Goodwood Zodiac, Castor. Then came the mighty J-Rod, my Nikita, Grassini, and Barrow dropped out to finish last.
Behind Serenade the Stars and Craig Williams, safely holding my...
Try with Lights of Como off the inside and will pretty much lead for fun through the first furlong. Bella Portugal settles down in 2nd, a length and a half. Sweetheart 3rd, and then Tiamo 4th, and Isle of Capri has gone back to last to the 5. So with 1,000 metres left to run, and the leader is Lights of Como. By 3/4, Bella Portugal. 3rd the inside is Sweetheart. Tiamo, the favourite, is in 4th position, and then followed a length to Isle of Capri, who's letting it all unfold in front of it. At the
sat back and slowly run a fair, didn't make any difference. Got the way on across the top and got to an improved Sylvester who fought strongly. And then the 3rd was going to be interesting, but back-to-back wins here for Duplicity. Ashley Meadows trains here at Awapuni, getting the job done nicely there from Sylvester. We'll be China Star on the inside of Amaranta for 3rd and 4th after the running of our 7th of the day. So Ashley Meadows prepares a nice young team here at Awapuni, and he's starting to rack up the winners. As I say, a very good afternoon, and compliments of the season to you, Cassie. Rack up the winners, as I say, a very good afternoon, and compliments of the season to you, Cassie. I remember when I lost my mind. There was something so pleasant about that place.
Shapers. Capitalist, not a single doubt. Piero, Sebring, Schnitzel, Written Tycoon, and the Life Changers. Red down, leads all the way. This is absolutely outstanding, and landing fuel by 5. She's racing royalty, this mare. The grandstand shaking. The Breed Shapers and Life Changers all sold at the Gold Coast yearling sale. This is huge. It happens just once a year. Harvey Norman half-yearly clearance. Super deals. Do not miss out. Our hottest prices on a huge range so wide. The latest technology, the biggest brands, all with our super deal. 5 years interest-free so wide. That's no deposit, no interest with monthly payments until December 2022. Harvey Norman half-yearly clearance. Super deals with 5 years interest-free so wide. Get in store or online now and get ready to save.
Yeah, I've been thinking, and I just don't think it's going to work out. Oh. We've been here before. I think we should end it. Let's cash out in this quaddy. Now.
Avoid the quaddy killer. Cash out early with Tham.
Definitely him, that chestnut girl there walking away from me. So Matty Williams' crew's left the colours behind, and she's in the all-white of the club here, Sackambaya. Best back runner, looks like running favourite. Trying to add to its win tally of 2 for young Tio Nugent. Arcadian to come up. So too Trick and Treat. And the speedy override. Who's resuming. Pretty good competitor first up, and he's very fast. Hasn't raced in this grade for a long while, even though he's carrying half the Penshurst grandstand there. He's got to go up. And Arcadian will go to the outside gate, which is 10. And Mr. Doherty's coming over here for the Ace Radio. Our second out of Penshurst today. Cracking day here on Boxing Day for the second of Penshurst. Here we go. And Mr. Doherty's coming. Sackambaya, big chestnut mare in all white, I believe. They're off and they're racing. Johnny missed the start by a couple of lengths. One thing's for sure, Override's not getting any slower as he gets older. He came out with a wing on every hoof, and he's gone straight to the front over Sackambaya. She's got magic. And then Seduce Me Now, who's back in 4th placing. They were followed then by Arcadian outside of Mr. Cooley, and 2 lengths the grey Bold Evie. Little Bess on the rails from Trick and Treat. And Johnny, that wasn't an ideal getaway at all. He is last. Override normally doesn't slow down for anybody, and he's in overdrive before the turn. 400 to go, a length and a half. Sackambaya, She's Got Magic, and then Seduce Me Now. Bold Evie the Grey pulls out around Arcadian, and Mr. Cooley trying to go through the middle. Override in the straight. The outside, the favourite Sackambaya, looks like it's got him. She's Got Magic tries hard. Then Seduce Me Now and Mr. Cooley and Little Bess. She's Got Magic coming at Sackambaya. Sackambaya, She's Got Magic. She's Got Magic gets the head in front. She's Got Magic might have won it by a lip to Sackambaya. Not 100% sure. 3rd placing, Mr. Cooley possibly over Little Bess and Override. Then followed by Trick and Treat. Next in the race then would have been Arcadian. With it was Seduce Me Now, followed by Johnny, who lost it at the start. And Bold Evie has finished towards the tail end of the field.
I thought that was each way possibly priced in the race for me if you wanted to prove something at that $15 mark, but we're talking about a hatful of horses who are paying at $15, $16, $17. This is a real luck in the run.
All right, Aiden's here with Roger James. Key runners for Roger James in this race. Roger Moncreur for starters. She's been a mare who we've really been impressed by coming through the grades. How's she done since the last one?
Very well. I think she's at peak today. Her form is faultless. The big downside is the draw. It's going to take a super ride from Vinny. put a lot of thought into it. I went over all of her runs last night, and I've given them instructions to go forward from barrier rise. So going to need a lot of luck not to end up covering ground, but hopefully he gets that luck.
Okay, she's been really good on good days to going in here at Ellerslie, most importantly last time.
Yeah, she's ready to put the big boy pants on now. So I'm expecting a good run from her.
Arundel was an eye catcher last time out. How's he done since that?
Yeah, well, significantly, he ran the quickest 600 of the night last time, and he's a big fellow. He needs to get out in open spaces, but his work's been very, very good.
It's a big drop in weight from 6.5 kilograms he drops. He'll notice that, won't he?
They're both in nicely at the weights, I think. Absolutely.
Can you split them?
No.
Okay, how'd Christmas go?
Pretty well, actually, yeah.
Okay.
But, it's a busy time of the year for everybody in the industry. You feel for the staff. Everybody's got to work. But anyway, that's the nature of the beast.
Well, let's hope you can find a winner here.
Thank you.
Thanks for that, Aidan. Emily Boston, to you, round at the start, your final assessment.
I really liked Top Prospect in this. Andrew Calder's mounted. It'll be quite fitting to see him get a win coming back from Macau. My other little roughie that I just picked up here at the start, King's Cross, just a really bonny looking little gelding. He's bright. He looks pretty switched on. So, chuck that one in as a roughie for me, the number 13.
All right, thank you for that, Emily. Close to start time. First leg of the late quaddie, where there was a bit of a carry forward into this late quaddie pool, and that's pushing over $60,000. What a field in front of us. The Dunstan Feast Championship Final, 1,500. Here's George.
Thank you, Brendan, as Monmouth goes forward, shooting for a hat-trick of wins here. King's Cross and Buy Me a Rock will be the last two to load away. 1,500 metres for the Dunstan Feeds Championship Final. Buy Me a Rock is in, so King's Cross will be the last one to load up. A very competitive field. We're set to go. Gates open immediately. They're off. Buy Me a Rock was a shade slow. Getting back also was Lover's Lane. It's Keen for the early lead. Ricky Tikki Tabby, Spindle, and Top Prospector right there. So too now is One Prize, One Goal. Arraignment is up there. So is Icy Red. They all want to lead. There's 100,000 of them are trying to go to the lead. Settling back about midfield next now would have been out wide, Living on a Prayer, then Arundel, followed by King's Cross over on the inside next. Of Red Tsunami, 2.5 to Monroe back fifth last. Then Cinematic, followed further back by Brighton. With it, Lover's Lane and Buy Me a Rock. So down towards the 850 metres they go, and One Prize, One Goal came out in front. A length and a half clear. It's run off. It's heading towards the outside. One Prize, One Goal. From Icy Red and kicking up on the inside of a Creative Genius. Then followed round by Arraignment. Top Prospectors next. Then followed round then by Living on a Prayer. Ricky Tikki Tabby. King's Cross on the inside as One Prize, One Goal goes west as they come to the corner. Out wide is Arundel, followed by Brighton, then Spindle in their group with Monracura a fair way off them. Back with them also Cinematic as they head for home, and then Buy Me a Rock in Lover's Lane, but across the track at the 250. Living on a Prayer burst to the lead here. Got 2 lengths clear now from Red Tsunami. Battling on Top Prospect. King's Cross running on with Monracura and Brighton. It's Living on a Prayer and Cameron Lamb. They won't get it. Living on a Prayer will beat King's Cross in the photo with Monracura. Both very nice runs, and then followed close up also with Brighton and Top Prospect. Out wide we had Lover's Lane, then Red Tsunami, followed over by Arundel, then Icy Red. Buy Me a Rock, further back Cinematic.
Others to consider, Don't Tease Me, which burst away to that big lead last time, and Adjective has trolled okay. 1836.
3.30 this morning, it's into $2.80. Tony's Prince Famous is 4.40 out to 5. Set Geelong.
Concrete, 3-year-old filly set to run. 1,300 metres, there's the all clear. They're away. Paris Rock jumped pretty well from the inside gate, midfield away, but mustering to be in the top half now. Lonrose Way first into stride, but soon after Answered Prayers is going to head the lot of them, and Answered Prayers goes to the lead. Arundel Star improves to second, Paris Rock is third, Lonrose Way fourth, 2.5 lengths away then to Shamrock Joy outside of Rococo Chanel, 2 lengths then to Marvellous Mirren. Getting back with Hot Hands Les, they're third and second last respectively, and 2 lengths away last, Nothing But a Dreamer. They head off the back, 800 metres left to go, and Answered Prayers for Jared Fry, a length and a half, almost 2 lengths leader now as it starts to really
sprint towards the bend from Arundel Star, Paris Rock. And then comes Lonrose Way, fourth, Shamrock Joy, Rococo, Chanel back on the inside. Then Marvellous Mirren about to angle out. From Hot Hands Les and 2 lengths away last is Nothing But a Dreamer coming round the 400-metre quarter. And it's Answered Prayers first to turn from Arundel Star, Paris Rock bolting for a run, looking to get clear. In the meantime, Shamrock Joy making a move down the centre, and Marvellous Mirren's a bit deeper on the track, but Arundel Star took over. 200 metres left to go. Arundel Star, Paris Rock now gets her chance, and then comes Shamrock Joy down the outside. Paris Rock coming after Arundel Star. Paris Rock pinning back the ears, takes the front and goes home the better. Paris Rock by a half length on Arundel Star. Third is close. Rococo Chanel came through and is there with Shamrock Joy. Hard to split them for third and fourth. And then came Marvellous Mirren. Making ground was Nothing But a Dreamer. And then Hot Hands Les, Lonrose Way. And Answered Prayer set for speed and is clocked in last.
Behind Paris Rock, good debut at 3.30 and 1.70 under Damien Thornton. Runs down Arundel Star at $2.70 for third. 11 very prominent there. Rococo Chanel might just get it from Shamrock Joy, number 12. It's close though. 9-2 and a photo between the 11 and the 12, perhaps in that order. Put it on screen when it's confirmed. Race number 3 at Randwick. Tab handicaps over the 1,000 and number 8 non-Peril. 3.30 this morning, 2.80 now at tab.com.au. 3.90 to $4.80 for Don't Tease Me. Prince Famous, Tony's tip is $4.40 out to $5. And then Petrosian, $7 out to $9, $6.50 out to $10 for Adjective, and Johnny Ruboy, $11, and pretty solid in the market. Burradoo ranking outsider at $16 and solid. On track, non-Peril went up at $2.80. It's out to $2.90, but back to $2.80. Don't Tease Me, 4 out to $4.40, and just a nibble for yours, Brass, Prince Famous, $4.40 out to $5, back to $4.80.
Yeah, well, the old home track advantage, and he is a horse that will put himself into the race straight away. I know he's spotting a fair bit of weight to the favourite. A wee bit scared of that, of course. 8 kilos difference between the pair of them. And Non-Peril has trialled okay. There he is in the Godolphin Blue. So definitely ready to win. There's no question about that. He's had a couple of trials and, yeah, they've been most encouraging. But as I say, Prince Famous with the home track advantage. He's had the one start back from a spell, 5th behind Test the World at big odds recently. Ran an okay race. He was up on the speed. That's his racing style. A little bit tight in the home straight. Prior to that, he'd trialled himself in very good style with a very nice win at Randwick in fast time. So I think he's come up okay, but he'll need to be really right on his mettle here to get the cash with such an impost. It won't be entirely easy for him because a horse like Don't Tease Me went absolutely berserk the other day. Led them up and still clung on. So with its racing style, it's going to be up forcing the pace. Who knows, it might even give us a lovely little toe.
Just running a fraction late at Randwick. Second at Ballina Looms. It's only a couple of minutes away. Lansdowne Lass is the favourite and best tried in the race. $2.80 this morning into $2.50. Just out from $2.30 late though. Green Cash is $2.80 out to $3.20 in today's trading. And Muljaha, number 1, is $3.60 out to $3.90. Got the race pretty much covered at Ballina. Tips from Anthony are 11, 6, 1 and 9. To Randwick first.
To go forward, field is 7 here over the 1,000 metres, and the lights on, ready now for the third. Racing now, favourite Non-Peril's left the gates cleanly. Boy, it's an even bunch out. Johnny Ruboy revved up from the outside from Prince Famous, and Don't Tease Me is gliding through along the inside rails now, so Johnny Ruboy and Don't Tease Me make the running, and Prince then Burradoo from Adjective, a length and a half further back to Petrosian, who's racing on the inside of the favourite Non-Peril. Don't Tease Me showing more acceleration out the 600 metres and gets 2 in front of Johnny Ruboy. 2 further back to Prince Famous, then Adjective. Non-Peril and Petrosian staying towards the inside, and Burradoo is last. Up the rise, and Don't Tease Me is the best part of 3 in front. Prince Famous under top. Weight is giving chase and giving it seriously now. Non-Peril's not in the hunt. Prince Famous going after Don't Tease Me. Prince Famous the outside went past Don't Tease Me, and then came Adjective, but Prince Famous drawing clear. Prince Famous had a great run, goes on to beat Adjective and Don't Tease Me. Non-Peril may have got 4th, a distant one at that from Johnny Ruboy, then Burradoo, and Petrosian was the last to finish.
Peach of a ride, Blake Shin gets Prince Famous home at pays $4.60 and $2.60. Adjective closes off nicely late to get second ahead of Don't Tease Me and pay $5. $2.10. There is no third. Non-Peril number 8 over on the inside is very prominent for fourth there. Prince Famous, that's its second success, second up.
Yeah, seems to be the key to it in a way, doesn't it? And, I'm not too sure where he goes to from here. The handicap's sort of got his measure in a way, but he'll be well placed by the Snowdens. They're just so good at putting horses in the right race. That's why they've got such a great strike rate.
167, the result of race number 3 on Summer Cup Day at Randwick. Second event at Ballina. We're almost on start time. A handful of runners still to be loaded. Lansdowne Lass is the favourite, and $2.80 into $2.60 overall today. It's had the one run this preparation for a fifth at Ballina over the 1,000 behind Mount Heidi. Led, got beaten just under 2 lengths. It's a maiden through 9 career starts. Just behind it in the market is horse number 6, Green Cash. Hasn't placed in 6 career goes. Take you to Anthony in a sec. Third event at the Sunshine Coast sees the Brussels tipping St Patrick's Day.
Yeah, I thought it was well placed here, St Patrick's Day. This horse has always hovered around as a little bit better than average, I thought. Comes out of a trial last week at Deegan. He wasn't asked to do a huge amount, and I reckon that'll just top him off very nicely. So we'll make him our top selection. Small but select field here. 3, 2, 1 and 4 the numbers. Mashani Bullet caught the eye with a very nice close late in a race at Doomben, second up from a spell, so pretty close to peaking, I'd say now.
Well found St Patrick's Day. It was $2.70 this morning, and second pick now it's the favourite into $2.25. Mashani Bullet went up at $1.95 on tab figures. It's now on the second line of markets at $2.30. Best tried St Patrick's Day for race 3 Sunshine Coast, 3 minutes away to Ballina. Here's Anthony.
As equal favourite now with Green Cash, to $2.80 Green Cash and Lansdowne Lass. Stand by for a start. Captain Assassin walked forward into the gates. Second and 6. Slipway Hotel maiden plate. 1,010. We're ready to go. Green Cash, Lansdowne Lass, joint favourites. Stand by. They're set. Ready to go. Stalls are back. They're racing. Green Cash off the inside away moderately, and Lansdowne Lass sprung the lids. Up goes Skylism to quickly head it, followed by Crispy's Luck, who's third, and Green Cash drives through into fourth. Then came Awajaha, Show of Hands, one off the fence, 2 lengths away to Plucky Panther. A couple of lengths away to Captain Assassin, and Mystic Skies is back last of all. Lansdowne Lass is the leader at the 650. Sitting second up on the outside there was Skylism, and there's another runner pratted out wide. It's Crispy's Luck, about a neck back. 4 lengths in advance over Green Cash. Show of Hands on its outside. Plucky Panther 3 parts of a length further astern, and also Mawaj. Mystic Skies, and a couple of lengths further astern to Captain Assassin, who's last of all. Lansdowne Lass booted for home at the 300-3 in front over Skylism. Green Cash the inside, followed by Crispy's Luck, and then came Show of Hand, who's on the outside, but it's all Lansdowne Lass. The bird's well and truly flown at the 100. It's 3 in advance over Green Cash, followed by Mystic Skies, but away goes Lansdowne Lass. Lansdowne Lass too good by almost 3 lengths over Green Cash, followed then by Mystic Skies, maybe Show of Hand fourth in advance over Crispy's Luck. Further astern to Skylism, and then came Plucky Panther a long way back when they pulled up Captain Assassin, and Mawajaha last runner in.
Behind Lansdowne Lass, dominating for Craig Franklin, and 280 and 104 is the reward on the tote. Green Cash second at $1.40, Mystic Skies third at $3.40, so it's 11, 6 and 2, 9 prominent for fourth to be confirmed. Start the main quaddy at Ballina in the next. Third event of the Sunshine Coast, just a field of 5 to run around here. St Patrick's Day has been best found in the market and gets the blinkers applied first time.
Yeah, the old blinkers could be the key to him. He's already demonstrated a lot of talent, but I reckon he's the sort of horse that can take some good steps through the course of the summer months now. And as we mentioned, he's already performed at high levels in the black type races. He won the Dalrello Stakes back through April. But, certainly has come up okay going on what we saw at the trials last week. Very cruisy down the straight, running second to Capital Gain, another horse that's proven itself at black type level. Mashani Bullet did make good ground after spotting a lot of start last time. So with 2 runs under his belt, he's ready to fire up big time here. Grinch, only a 2-star veteran, coming off a last start third at the Gold Coast. That was an okay effort. Apparently it lost a plate in the run there. So, we certainly won't be marking it down too far on that basis. And was a goner, fourth pick.
Very important. Crunch late. It's now $2.70 into even money. Set with Josh.
Red light, 1400.
Racing, St Patrick's Day was away sweetly, but going forward is Grinch on the outside, so Grinch now just in front from St Patrick's Day. Mashani Bullet sharing third. It was a goner over on the inside, and Delaney's Desires last of all, but no more than 3 to 4 lengths off the speed. So St Patrick's Day and Grinch out by a length and a half to Mashani Bullet. Next the rails there as was a goner, and 3 lengths away to Delaney's Desires last of all. But the favourite St Patrick's Day is in front by about a long neck or so now from Grinch on the outside. 2 lengths away third, Mashani Bullet on the outside. It was a goner, and Delaney's Desires about 4 to 5 lengths away last of all. St Patrick's Day on the inside of Grinch. They stride together down the side, about a length and a half in front from Mashani Bullet. Was a goners over on the rails, and Delaney's Desires about 3 lengths away last of all. St Patrick's Day got clear by about a length and a quarter here. Grinch is second. Third the inside is Was a Goner, about a head back. Fourth is Mashani Bullet. Mashani Bullet's about probably 4 lengths off St Patrick's Day, and Delaney's Desire last of all at the 400 metres marker, and St Patrick's Day's race right away. It's about 3 to 4 lengths in front here from Grinch and Mashani Bullet on the outside. It goes into second. Was a Goner's over on the inside, but St Patrick's Day is well clear at the furlong marker. He's about probably 3 to 4 lengths in front. Mashani Bullet goes into a clear second from Was a Goner and Delaney's Desire, but it's all St Patrick's Day, and St Patrick's Day wins it well by 2.5 lengths. Mashani Bullet second. In the end, Delaney's Desire gets up to run third, just ahead of Was a Goner, and Grinch has dropped out to finish at the back of the field.
It dominates St Patrick's Day under Ronnie Stewart and pays $2 and $1.30. Mashani Bullet second at $1.30. Delaney's Desire home for third. Over the top of Was a Goner. So 3, 2, 5 and 4. And St Patrick's Day was $101 in the 3-year-old Magic Millions race prior to that.
Okay, well, it's shaping up to be a very nice race, that, of course. The 2-year-olds, we know it's always a race that's a little bit sexy. We get the unraced, all the lightly raced 2-year-olds amassing there, but this race is worth $1 million, I think, from memory, and yeah, you get some very good horses converging again up on the Gold Coast, so what a race day it'll be.
3-2-5, the result of the third of the Sunshine Coast. Third at Devonport, 90 seconds away. This is a maiden and Class 1 combined over the mile and a bit, and all the rage here is Century Arrow. Very consistent from the get-go. 6 starts for a win. That was last time out, and 5 seconds. 145 fixed, 190 in tote proceedings. Only other one in single figures is number 3 at $6.50. General Sussex. 30 you bet fixed on screen at tab. 140 into 135 a Century Arrow. 550 out a couple of points to 750 for General Sussex. Just a nibble for Beautiful Boy, number 5, trimming in a couple of points to $10. Tips from Cole McNiff, 1635. Head to Devonport in a sec. Third event at Caulfield to follow. Your sole Caulfield special brass is Winkleman.
Yeah, looks well suited, I thought. The big strong mare. She ran a very brave second at Moonee Valley the other night. She was off the bit there, coming around the bend, still put in big time. Royal Applause beat her there, and she's come out with that very good win on Saturday. So the form's holding up a treat. Hard to beat with that Butte draw. We'll make it Winkleman on top. 13, 3, 8 and 11. Hardest to beat, reigning in Paris.
Winkleman at tab.com.au has been found. $6.50 this morning, $4.80 now, so splendid. 6, 7 back to $6. Rising Hope is $7 and pretty solid in today's trading. Good support for Addison, Regan Bayliss, Hayes and Dabenig combined. $9.50 into $7 in today's action at tab, Addison, but it is out from $5.50 late in the piece. Addison is Dean Lester's best value bet of the day. 8th best value for Dean to beat 5, 13 and 12, and we're 4 away from race number 3 at Caulfield. More pressing is Devonport. Bang on start time. That's our cue to head to Cole.
And trading on at the moment. Goes into line. Daniel Gandit on the board. He rode the previous winner. So we've got 4 in and 4 to come. So the hot favourite, Century Arrows, had 6 starts. It ran second at its first 5 runs, and then won in good style last time out. Miss American, Beautiful Boy to come up. And Beautiful Boy coming in now. Valagron still out. So Valagron going up. Miss American coming forward. And General Sussex, the last one, all set to run. Light blinks away here. Hot favourite, Century Arrow. They're off, but bounced away nicely. Century Arrow, Patriot Girl away okay. Gigi's Bulldog, Beautiful Boy, now heading up towards the lead from a centre alley. In behind those horses came Old Jasmine, then Valagron, Miss American, General Sussex last. Century Arrow, the favourite, leads the way. Out of the straight to the 1400. Beautiful Boy is second. Gigi's Bulldog 2 off third. 2 away, Old Jasmine is fourth. And then a couple to Patriot Girl, followed by Miss American, Valagron, General Sussex last. A pretty good tempo through the first 400 or 500 metres. And heading to the back now with 1100 left to run. Favourite on top, Century Arrow, just on a length clear in second, Beautiful Boy, and a length and a half or two further back to Gigi's Bulldog. And next to length away is Patriot Girl in the red colours, racing outside Old Jasmine. And the last three all in a line, Valagron, Miss American and General Sussex. Down near the 800 metre mark, Century Arrow on top, where favourite putters would like it to be. Beautiful Boy just a little closer on the outside in second spot. A length and a half away in third. Patriot Girl, then El Jasmine racing on the inside of General Sun. Valagronda's second last and Miss American is last. Century Arrow leads the way up to the turn near the 400, about a half length clear from Beautiful Boy and 2 away Gigi's Bulldog, and they were followed by Old Jasmine, then General Sussex, Patriot Girl, Valagronda and Miss American in the straight. Century Arrow 300 left to go from Beautiful Boy, then Old Jasmine, Gigi's Bulldog running on okay, but it's Century Arrow a length and a half in front with 150 left to go from Beautiful Boy. Old Jasmine down the outside, Valagronda down to the wire. It's Century Arrow too good. The minors, Beautiful Boy, Valagronda in a photo with Gigi's Bulldog didn't have a lot of luck. Old Jasmine and close up General Sussex, and then Miss American and Patriot Girl.
So 1-5 and a photo, the result there. Froggy knew it at it with the favourite Century Arrow, very consistent. 130 and money back. Beautiful Boy second at 210. Judge will help us with third shortly, and we'll put it on screen when we get the verdict to race 3 of 7 there at Devonport. Now at Caulfield, Tranquil Miss parted company with Brandon Stockdale, number 6, and they have recaptured the horse. No word yet as to whether it will be running. It is out. So it's probably good news if you backed it. Went for a fair gallop there, horse number 6. Was in the market, but easing from 6.50 to 10, but Tranquil Miss is not going to be with us for race number 3 at Caulfield running, that is. Winkleman, Brassel Special, $6.50 into $4.60 now. It's been well found. And Addison, the one that Dean likes as his value bet of the day, is $9.50 into $7.50. They're the two best back, but Winkleman has been better tried of the two.
Yes, and there we see her posterior. She looks in excellent order at the moment. The old mare in form, Axiom, so we'll see. She hasn't won so far this trip. She's had about 5 or 6 runs, I think, from memory. But pretty much bursting to win a race going on what we saw the other day. She really did sustain good speed right to the finish. So extremely hard to beat over the same trip, 1,600 metres. I think with the same sort of form line around Royal Applause we've got reigning in Paris. It ran 4th in that race at the Valley the other night, so she's pretty close to another victory too, I'd imagine. Just had a slightly tricky draw, but if she gets in somewhere, it has to be a factor. We've got Addison, Dino's tip, in with chance, very lightly tried horse. This one, only the 3 starts, but comes right into play, I'd say, on those 2 wins in an earlier campaign. And River Goddess is the one I've included for 4th slot. Mardo, with that first up victory last time at Wangaratta, obviously a bit more difficult this afternoon, but she's been in the Quinoa 8 of 20-odd starts. She's quite genuine.
And she's been found on track too, River Goddess. Went up at 9 out to 9.50. It's in a $1.5 to $8. And support there also for Winkleman. It's $5 into $4.40. To Matt Hill we head for the third.
Times. They're about to be called forward. In fact, they're just starting to move up now. Moving up, Flofo is the first one forward. Flofo is 8.5 into $7 on VOPs, so now with the scratching, 8.3 on the tote. Flofo is in. River Goddess joins the line. Also forward is Addison. There is Teo Flight joining the line. Rising Hope comes forward. Elegantly Wasted, Winkleman, So Splendid, Reigning in Paris and Stormy Shore to take their place. Elegantly Wasted goes in. There's Winkleman. Winkleman coming forwards. Comes out of the same race as So Splendid. The linguist race on Oak will leave So Splendid. Reigning in Paris drawn towards the outside. A little bit flighty there. Winkleman stands patiently. So Splendid goes in and they're set. 1600. An attendant going in out wide with Raining in Paris. Set to run. All clear given. Racing at Caulfield, Elegantly Wasted jumped away well. No speed from Teo Flight, 2 lengths off the second last horse. Elegantly Wasted, Flow Foe together with our deeper on the track. Raining in Paris improving to third for now, followed by Winkleman, River Goddess, So Splendid. They were followed next in the field along the inside by Rising Hope, and towards the end Stormy Shore, Addison and Teo Flight. Elegantly Wasted tops the hill at the 1100 metres, leading a length and a quarter. Raining in Paris. They were followed next by Flow Foe, and our deepest So Splendid's pushing on as well from Winkleman, 1 off the fence. A length and a half to River Goddess, and then came Rising Hope, 2 lengths Stormy Shore, Addison, and Teo Flight is last. Elegantly Wasted to the side of the course, heads towards the half mile, 3/4 of a length to So Splendid, who worked mid-race. A length and a half Raining in Paris on the outside of Flow Foe, who's in the sweet seat. A length and a quarter away Winkleman, the outside of River Goddess, followed by Rising Hope. Next Stormy Shore, Addison, and Teo Flight is last. So with 550 metres to go, it's Elegantly Wasted by 3/4 of a length. So Splendid now a half. Flow Foe third the inside. Raining in Paris about to peel out 3 deep. Tracked all the while by Winkleman, who's now 4 wide on the final turn. River Goddess starting back to the inside, and behind those horses then is Rising Hope and Addison. So Splendid up to Elegantly Wasted as they reach the 200 metres. It's So Splendid having trouble getting past Elegantly Wasted, followed by Winkleman and Addison late. So Splendid at the 50, Elegantly Wasted, Addison and Winkleman flashing. It's a good go. So Splendid may have lasted. Addison's made it interesting, then Winkleman, Elegantly Wasted. Behind those horses then was Rising Hope and Stormy Shore. From Flow Foe, River Goddess, Teo Flight, and Raining in Paris.
It's really close. Addison's had a late dive, number 8. At number 12, So Splendid, and it's really dominant for third and fourth, set Newcastle.
Ready. And they're off. Pretty level, dispatch away. No effort needed. Will poke through early and take a narrow lead from Mr. Smart. Nacho Libre settles down in third. Excited Prince fourth. Make a Day in 5. And going back to the tail early on is Fancy Knickers. So after the completion of 300 metres, no effort needed, a clear leader by 2. Mr. Smart is second, 1 3/4. Nacho Libre third. Just wants to tug for a fraction more rain. The speed is only fair. Excited Prince is fourth, the inside, a length away to Make a Dane. And 1 1/2 to the grey Fancy Knickers. Last of the half dozen and 5 to 6 off the leader. They're about to head off the back now. 9:50 left to travel. No effort needed, left alone. Leading by a length and a half. Mr. Smart is second in the slipstream of the leader. A length and a half away, Nacho Libre third, and fourth the inside, Excited Prince continuing to take the shortcuts via the rail. 1 1/2 back to Make a Dane, and a length back to Fancy Knickers last of all. So no effort needed trying to turn this into a sit-sprint affair. Leads by a half to Mr. Smart as they go inside the 600. A length to Excited Prince, who's trucked up into the race well on the inside of Nacho Libre. And then followed a length to Make a Dane, and Fancy Knickers is last. Around the corner, no effort needed in front at the 375. By a length to Mr. Smart called upon. Nacho Libre runs on. Excited Prince back to the fence, and then followed Make a Dane and Fancy Knickers. No effort needed in front below the 200. Nacho Libre, Excited Prince, and Make a Dane are all coming. No effort needed in front. Make a Dane's going to it with Nacho Libre. Make a Dane after no effort needed, and give it to Make a Dane just from no effort needed. The outside horse and potential winner was on a loose rein up the home running. Nacho Libre third, and then followed Excited Prince, Mr. Smart, and Fancy Knickers.
Yeah, Make a Dane will win on the outside. Torrid time down the stretch for Jeff Penzer, but he's won the first 2 there now. Pays $4, $2. No effort needed at 270. Nacho Libre third. No third divvy. 163. 4 prominent for fourth there at Newcastle. Now at Caulfield, winner was number 8, Addison. Arrives in time on the outside. 13 gets second. Winkleman ahead of the 12. So Splendid. So 8, 13 and 12. And 5 runs fourth there to race number 3 at Caulfield. Addison does the job. That was Dean Lister's value bet of the day. All right, 4's fourth at Newcastle, take note. Now, New Meeting joins us first of 6 at Warwick and sees number 2 at $2.10. Isn't She Elegant as the chart topper? It's a drifter out from 165. Good support for the toppy here. Sun Will Shine, 750 into 440. It is the best back runner by far. And a first-up winner here at the Warwick, 1,100 metres, and follow that up with back-to-back placings. It's won 9 of 27, so pretty good record. Sun Will Shine, well tried in the market. Take your trackside in a sec. The third event at Morfordville will follow Tone. It's due in about 3 minutes from now. Made it
after a pretty solid win at Morfordville last time out, just did its own thing pretty much down the home straight. It had them covered, the ones on the inside. And in a small field like this, very hard to go past, so no wonder it's a short price. 1, 4, 3, 5 the numbers, hardest to beat, the 4, Bad Wolf.
First stop Warwick, where Damien Courtney's our caller. Damien goes 2, 4, 1 and 5 on the first. Good afternoon to you, Damien.
Sun Will Shine comes up to third at Dolby. Yeah, thanks, Andrew. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to what is a beautiful day here at Warwick this afternoon. A nice cooling breeze, and runners are moving in a small field of 5 for the first, where the favourite is Isn't She Elegant, being ridden by in-form apprentice Bailey Notice, has barrier 1, but there's been good support for Sun Will Shine. The top weight, racing in the white colours with the mauve sash, being ridden by Hannah English. Hannah's another apprentice jockey who's having a great run of success at the moment. The Lady Michaela and the red and black colours about to come up, being ridden by...
All right, let's go to Sky Racing 2 with them running late there at Warwick. Channel 527. And what's a very busy afternoon for us here on Sky Racing 1. We're going to push ahead to Morfordville and race number 3, where it's just a field of 4 and due for decision in a couple of minutes from now. Made in Russia, the favourite for Jamie Carr. 180 on the U-Bet fix, 160 on the tote at tab.com.au. 190 was the opening price this morning. Into 185, but just back out from 180 late in the piece. Bad Wolf went up at 390. It's out to 440 overall, but back from 460 late. Perfect Kisses, 550 and a half point to $5. And Rushwa, number 3, $6 out to $7. Made in Russia, the favourite. As it goes for back-to-back, it's got some promise.
Yes, it certainly does have promise, and the blinkers come off this afternoon. We saw it sit off the speed the other day in a sit and sprint, just over-raced a little bit, but it sure had the opposition covered. It was quite an impressive effort. But just in a bid to get him to settle a little bit better, the son of Street Cry has the blinkers off this time. Looks to be a good cut of a horse. We haven't seen him in the flesh, but just on the video, he sure looked to be a great type of horse by Street Cry, the same sire as the mighty mare Winks. Second pick in the quartet of runners, we've got Bad Wolf, this horse by So You Think. And he ran second at Morfordville 10 days ago behind a very smart type in Indian Thunder. Always favourite Indian Thunder, came back from back in the field, had them covered a long way out. And this horse did hit the front, Bad Wolf, but he was just mastered by a superior racehorse, pure and simple. Prior to that, he did show a lot of ticker winning at Clare in a 1,200 metre job. So we've put him in as second pick. He looks to be the second best prospect in the race. Rushwa did score 2 runs back as well. It scored on the Morfordville Park's 1,000 metre circuit, always prominent that day. Comes out of the same race as Bad Wolf last time out. It was quite handy. But, yeah, he was a better performance, I thought, Bad Wolf. And that leaves us with Perfect Kisses as our fourth selection in that small field. Beaten first up at Morfordville recently. It is a winner. It did win in an earlier campaign at Morfordville during July on a wet track. So just seems to need to lift a little bit to match it with the favoured runner, I thought.
Half the field loaded. Field of 4 with Derek.
Be the last. So Rushwa walking in to complete the line. Race 3 at Morfordville. So they're about to jump. No light at this stage, won't be far away. There it is, racing. They left almost as one, so Made in Russia from the inside is at the moment holding the inside. Bad Wolf just shading it. Perfect Kisses next, and Rushwa was 4 deep as they run inside the 1,000. Now Rushwa goes up to momentarily put its head in front. Bad Wolf goes with it. Made in Russia back to third, and Perfect Kisses outside of it. 800 metres left to travel, and it's Rushwa, the outsider in the small field, which had the front here, leads the way. Now Made in Russia still actually has the inside on the inside of Bad Wolf, and then Perfect Kisses coming around the turn. 600 metres left to travel. Rushwa in front, Bad Wolf second. Third on its inside was the favourite Made in Russia, and Perfect Kisses going up on its outside as they swing. So it's Rushwa first into the home straight from Bad Wolf, Made in Russia. Jamie Carr just needs an out here with the favourite. She's got room on the inside, and Perfect Kisses joins in at the 200 metre mark, and it's Perfect Kisses going after Rushwa. Made in Russia the inside, Bad Wolf still there. Made in Russia through on the inside. The favourite though took the lead, and it's Made in Russia in front. Made in Russia first. Have a look at the go for second and third. Third and Perfect Kisses fourth and last, but nothing between those other three. Behind the favourite Made in Russia. Number 1, Bad Wolf maybe second in the centre. Let's have a look.
Tactics the last time when she gets back and runs home?
I think so. We don't really want to change too much. I think our only concern was when we did trial her on track that was had a bit of given. She didn't perform that well, so she likes it pretty firm, so we just have to wait and see.
Okay, the stablemate Princess Rihanna's done everything right in the lead up. The last start performance was top notch. How's she gone on?
Yeah, she's good. She's pretty straightforward. Trained well, and she gets a chance from a good gate.
Okay, and where will we see her in running?
Oh, she should be fairly prominent.
Okay, you got $1. Which way do you go?
Well, I hope one of them. That's all I can say.
Me too. Good luck.
Thank you.
And Roddy there catching up with co-trainer Lance O'Sullivan. There has been an issue with our fixed odds as well on the L bar as well, so just bear that in mind. Punters would have been incorrect for the last couple of races and has not been updating, and that has been the case here for this race and also for race number 9 upcoming. But this is the Group 2 Cambridge Stud 8-carat classic over 1,600 metres. Here's George.
Thank you, Brendan. As we're almost set to go. Trailblazer goes forward.
Here, boys, you need a hand here, go.
And the last one up is Contessa Vanessa. Favourite is Spring Heat.
Yep.
Group 2, Cambridge Stud, 8-carat classic. They're locked and loaded. The fillies, gates open. They're off and racing. He caught them beautifully. Princess Rihanna was first to break. Going forward is Carpaw. Right there, Contessa Vanessa and O'Hara. Wider out, Lily the Pink. Then a length away, Greedam. Spring Heat a little bit handier than usual today. He's back about midfield. 2 lengths away, and behind them next is Sandrine, caught out 3 wide from Hassa Halo. The inside of those is Charlie Rose, and 2 lengths away Trailblazer is last. Inside the 1,200 they go. As they climb the rise, it's Princess Rihanna. The leader leads by a length now. Going up on the outside of it is O'Hara, and they run this at a pretty genuine tempo. 1,000 to go. 2 lengths away Carpaw, then Contessa Vanessa, followed round next by Lily the Pink. On the inside of it, improving through along the rails. Next is Greedam. Favourite Spring Heat is Hassa Halo, the Group 1 winner next. On its inside then would have been Charlie Rose from Sandrine, and last of all is Trailblazer. Go in the Cambridge Stud, 8-carat a half length on O'Hara. Contessa Vanessa's next, followed down the outside then by Carpaw as they come to the corner. Greedam came next, further back in the field, Lily the Pink. Favourite Spring Heat still about 5 lengths off them, but looking to warm up. Wider out, we've got Hassa Halo getting into the clear. Down to the 250 they come, and the leader now, Greedam. Spring Heat is coming through. Oh, just momentarily buffeted there by Lily the Pink. Lily the Pink, Spring Heat goes to it. Carpaw's kicking on the inside from Greedam. And on the inside, Contessa Vanessa might have blown them all out of the water. It did. Contessa Vanessa from nowhere for Ryan Elliott to win it. Second photos, Carpaw and Greedam was there, and Spring Heat, who wanted to veer out late. Closer in we had O'Hara, Lily the Pink, and then came Sandrine, followed over by Charlie Rose, Trailblazer. Hassa Halo pulling up quickly after the line, as was Princess Rihanna. After all of that, I think Contessa Vanessa and Ryan Elliott right through on the inside. The filly by Bull Bars for Graham and Debbie Rogerson. And on the tote, at $22.40 and $4.70 came diving through. Spring Heat was coming out after Carpool. Gree Dam was there as well. And right on the inside, Contessa Vanessa has bloused them out in the last couple of bounds. It'll get there. Contessa Vanessa, Carpool, another second placing. Gree Dam. It was right there as well. Then Spring Heat and Lily the Pink. Contessa Vanessa takes out the Cambridge Stud 8-carat classic.
Contessa Vanessa, a horse who was finishing third last time to the races in the Eulogy. She didn't get a lot of luck in that race when in behind Savvy Cope and Dijon Blur, and even in the 1,000 guineas she was hampered. Today she was able to get the luck along the rail and wins. Emily is standing by with winning jockey Ryan Elliott.
I sure am. Ryan, congratulations first of all. You must be pretty relieved to get that win today.
Yeah, I am. I was half out of the straight, nowhere to go. I just got the split and she's just really lifted through it.
Is she a horse that you've ridden at home and know a bit about?
She's just a nice quiet filly. She's got a lot worse than the main man that rides in with Kevin. Kevin Smith, he does all the work on her. Really top bloke.
What were you thinking when you turned for home? Did you know you sort of had that underneath you?
Yeah, she's just a filly that just lopes along and you just really have to ask her and she does what she has to do.
Is it fair to say this is the biggest win of your career, Ryan?
Yeah, it is.
Well done. A late Christmas present.
So Graham Rogerson now joins us. So Graham, Contessa Vanessa, she's been building towards this.
She just had no luck. Chris Johnson said she should have run second in the 1,000 guineas. Ryan thought she should have won the other day. The sad thing is I think she'll win the Royal Stakes, but Ryan's not on her. He's out, so Chris Johnson's back on.
Okay, did you think you were going to get that run along the inside and running?
She'd have been unlucky if she hadn't won, but Sandrine, wasn't it unlucky? But that's racing.
The one thing about Contessa Vanessa, she's shown today that she's got that turn of foot.
Yeah, I think she'll be hard to beat in the Royal Stakes, and I don't know whether Sandrine's running, but if it is, it'll be the one to beat.
Okay, good on you, Graham.
Thank you.
Winning trainer, co-trainer in Graham Rogerson. It'll be 7, 4, 11 and 3 in a time of 135.53. And in our star pedigree brought to you by Westbury Stud. She's a daughter of Bull Bars out of Alon Romere and Diluso, trained by Graham and Debbie Rogerson, and Rob Harbreeding and Contessa Vanessa taking out the Cambridge Stud 8-carat classic. And she's just been a horse who's been luckless in races, Bevan, and today she got that piece of luck to win.
Absolutely, another horse that's come up the inside, Brendan, here on the track here this afternoon, and just for that little split down at the inside has been very, very good. Other nice runs in the race. Gee, that was a great performance by Kapoor, who sort of put herself right in the race. Gree Dam's gone a race fourth up in its career to run right in the money at 11. Spring Heat just got squeezed out of a gap on a couple of occasions, probably a little bit unlucky, but had its chance late.
Yeah, she did. She was squeezed out of it, but then a gap did present and she was able to try and drive through it, but she's finished into fourth position. Yeah, big run from Gree Dam, able to fill a placing also. All right, close to start time, Randwick race number 4. Here's Darren Flynn.
John O'Reilly Memorial Trotters Cup. Okay, 7-4-11 the result there at Ellerslie. 7-4-11 after the running of race 8. They're at the start here for race 4 at Elmore. This is the first of the two features today, the John O'Reilly Memorial Elmore Trotters Cup. It's over the distance of 2,180 metres. It's a standing start. The favourite, as you can see on your screen, there is horse 1, and there he is, a Ball of Muscle, 310 on tab.com.au fixed odds. We'll go through the tote market down the page in a minute, but it's number 2 is the second pick at $5 Arrested, who beat a Ball of Muscle at the trials at Maryborough the other day. 7th and very easily. 7.50 for 8 Scottish Stardust, who was my selection in what's a very hard race. $8, 9, 10 no show, 9.54 and 10 Tell a Tall Tale and Pretty Little Lucy. Horses off the handicap here are 1, 2 and 3. 4, 5, 6, 7 are off the 10 metres. 8 and 9 off 20 and off 40 metres for 10, who ran 4th in the trot race here last season at Elmore. So $7.58, $8, 9, 9.54 and 10. The tote $3.71, $8.52, $10 for 8. $7.80 for 9, $13 for 520, 10, $6.97. Bets back on the tote 1, 9 and 4. So they're at the start. Ball of Muscle's actually a winner of a heat of a Group 1 race at his last victory, but that was more than a year ago. So they're about to come up, race 4. Starter Dougie Gredrix has put the green flag in the air and has blown the whistle. They're getting set for the Trotters Cup. Race 4, first of 2 features, the John O'Reilly Memorial Elmore Trotters Cup. 2,180 metres standing start, race 4. Very open race. 1's the favourite, a Ball of Muscle. Coming up, step of the trot. And the tapes go back. They're racing in the trot. The John O'Reilly Memorial Elmore Trotters Cup 2017. Slow off the mark was Strapper's Orphan. Away well was arrested. It began brilliantly. Went straight to the front by 3 metres. In second place on the outside, moving up there, is in second place in Princess Venom. Third position, a Ball of Muscle. And fourth, 3 metres away, Lockley Jacob, 1 out and 1 back as they make their way around the first turn. Now the favourites galloped. A Ball of Muscles galloped there when racing behind the leader, and Teller Tall Tale was checked on the inside. Tenno Show around them, followed then by Zoom Along Johnny. Further back is a Pretty Little Lucy towards the left, making a run now on the wide outside as they came down the straight to the winning post with 2 laps to go. So it's arrested in front by 3 metres. Second is Lockley Jacob, a metre away third Princess Venom. Fourth 3 back the peg line, Zoom Along Johnny. 1 out, 2 back is Scottish Sardius. 2 metres away, 4 back the inside is Strapper's Orphan. Pretty Little Lucy is now 4 back in the running line. Coming out 3 wide, Tenno Show leaves the 1-1, and Josh Duggan's going to have a crack for the lead on Tenno Show. 49.3 lead time. Favourites lost its chance, the Ball of Muscle. It's 40 metres away and 4 metres till a Tall Tale. Down the Elmore Fields Day back straight. A lap and a half to go at the 1,200 metres. 49.3 lead time. First quarter of the last mile in 33.1 around the Bendigo Community Bank Elmore final turn. It'll be the final turn in a lap's time, and the leader arrested, who was impressive at the Maryborough Trials the other week and trying to make all of the running here. The 2017 John O'Reilly Memorial Elmore Trotters Cup. On the outside in second place is Tenno Show. Then third is Lockley Jacob, the stand start specialist, as they came to the bell. 800 metres and a lap to go. Scottish Sardius fourth, 1 out, 1 back. 3 back the inside, Princess of Venom. Pretty Little Lucy, who was fourth in the trot at this meeting last year, is 1 out and 2 back. Zoom Along Johnny is 4 back the inside from Strapper's Orphan, 4 back in the running line. 25 metres to Tell a Tall Tale, and in case the favourite hadn't lost its chance already, it's definitely out of play now because it's galloped again, a Ball of Muscle. 31.9 second quarter, 65 seconds first half of the last mile. Arrested in front, leads by 3 metres for Steve Light. Second the outside is Tenno Show, a half lap out at the 400. Lockley Jacob third behind the leader. Fourth, 1 out, 1 back is Scottish Sardius, ready to pounce. Pretty Little Lucy galloped there in 5th spot. Up to the turn, 31.2 was the third quarter. It's arrested on the inside in the Trotters Cup, a half head in front at the 200 metres peg. On the outside,
7 of them haven't been seen at the trials.
Yeah, what's your favourite number, Marta? And out of a Desert Sunmare, there's no trial. And as you say, 7 of these have never been seen, so talk about a challenge. I've gone with it mainly because of the breeding. Jimmy Byrne on top, and it's drawn okay too. From a good stable, Mark Webb. 11, 12, 9 and 2 our numbers. Clockwise to beat Panino, which has been in the market for a fair while, by Easy Rocking. Home track advantage there. Third slot we'll try Shunter, which I think from memory we've seen at the trials. It ran second in the trial. Showed a bit of speed, a little bit tired though. And Big RJ is fourth pick.
Well, Big RJ is the best help we can give you from tab figures. It's been well found. Number 2, $11 into $4.60, Big RJ. Panino on the second line, 5 and pretty solid. 7 and solid for Brasses on top of Clockwise. Shunter, $7 to $7.50. Support for Sonyi, number 13, for Ronnie Stewart, who's had a winner there today. $10 into $7.50. And Willing Force, 10 into $8.50. But best tried, one of the many debutants, Big RJ, 11 into $4.60. Here's Josh.
So 5 to move in, a stack of first starters, field of 14 overall. I think there's 11 debutantes here and a lot we haven't seen in public, but that move for Big RJ indicates that he might go all right. Number 2, he's officially on the Queensland official price, 4.80 in from 6, and is the new favourite on that market ahead of Panino. There's been a bit of money for Clockwise as well, but Big RJ is the main mover. Now, Mark Webb's got 3 in the race. Nada Shah's in the normal colours. Now, what they've done here is club colours on Central Voice with a red cap, and Clockwise the normal Mark Webb colours, but also with a red cap. So it makes Central Voice and Clockwise look a bit close here. But hopefully we can sort them out for you. Now, Big RJ has been well backed, about to move in. And I think there's one other to go forward, and that is Burning Success, I think. So good support for Big RJ. It will be jumping the Queensland official price favourite at the moment, it seems. A good support for him. So I think we're nearly right, are we? No, they haven't got this one, Burning Success, just yet. So working with Burning Success, not too keen about moving in at all. Now, Ryan Plum caught in traffic, won't be here to ride in race 5. So Andrew Spinks now on 3, Cyclone Path. A Spinks on 3 in race 5. Now, the rider is out of the saddle from Burning Success. Speaking of Andrew Spinks, he's the jockey in question here as well. So once he goes in, we'll be right to go here. So field of 14, no better side. Big field up that 1,000 shoot. Stack of first starters. And the clerk of the course won around front to some degree, but just on the outside there. So no red light, no starter appearing. And it is Burning Success, the last to load. I think we're right now. Consider the starter moving pretty quickly around to the button. So stand by now. Red light. Big RJ well backed here. Gates open, racing out wide. Burning Success away brilliantly. It's about 3 lengths in front early here from Nada Shah going forward. Handy there is Clockwise over on the inside, and Sonny's going forward as well. Big RJ's next on the outside. Panino's in that division as well from Sensual's Voice and Shunter. Curse Free. Endless Sizzle. A length and a half away to Willing Force over on the inside there as they swing down the side. Richest on the outside. 3 lengths away to Piano Man. Rennie Hero's about 7 lengths away last of all. So Burning Success led by a length and a half to Sonny. Next there is Nada Shah, Panino, and Big RJ runs home down the outside from Shunter and Clockwise. So Burning Success still just in front. Runs home. Sonny is gone. Coming through is Clockwise and Big RJ down the outside as well. Burning Success. Panino the outside. Clockwise and Panino. Clockwise in front near the line from Panino. Clockwise defeated Panino. Third Nada Shah. 4th Big RJ, 5th Burning Success, Shunter Endless Sizzle, followed by Piano Man, Willing Force and Curse Free. Next time Sensual's Voice, Rennie Hero. Towards the back there was Richest, and getting into trouble there at one point in the straight. Sonny has dropped out in the end to finish at the back of the field.
Behind Clockwise and Jimmy Byrne, it's a double for Jim, 5.60 and 2.10. Beats Panino at 2.60 and Nada Shah third at $11. Big performance by the one they backed, Big RJ. 5 deep the trip, but Clockwise too good on debut.
Yeah, quicken up quite nicely, and by a good size, smart missile, good trainer and jockey, so the probability factor was there, and yeah, every.
To come at the sunny coast, race number 4 at Devonport sees Cole's best of the day. And it's very backable at $7. It's number 11, Cranny Flyer. So 11 is special from Cole to beat 3, 8 and 1. Fixed odds favourite is Ramadi Bullet, number 8. On tab trading, it's $4.60 into $4, $3.90 all the way to $6.50 for Pipe to Board. It has been a big drifter, obviously. And then $6.50 pretty solid GG Rich Ruby and Cranny Flyer, the one that is a special for Cole. He went up at $8 and it's in a point to $7. Froggy knew it rides. He's already had a winner there today. 4th evented Caulfield to follow. It is 3 minutes away. And the tips there from Brass. See Me Exceed on top, number 13. 13-4-1-2 off Devonport.
Addiction from down toward the inside, and Gemini is showing speed, and Gigi Rich Ruby wants to come across and head them all off from Ramadi Bullet in third or fourth spot, then Tail of the Fox. Pipe to Borders over on the inside, and 2 lengths further back in the field is It's a Battle Suffragette. Cranny Flyer is last, good tempo inside the 1,000. Gigi Rich Ruby leads the way down the back straight. Ramadi Bullet is up running second. Third, the inside is Written Addiction, and 2 further back to Gemini. Next is Tail of the Fox, followed by Pipe to Board, about 2 away to Suffragette. It's the Battle second last, and Cranny Flyer is last. 600 metres left to go. Gigi Rich Ruby a length in front. Written Addiction second. Ramadi Bullet under pressure third. Fourth, the inside Gemini, and then Tail of the Fox, and further back came Pipe to Board, Suffragette, It's the Battle. Cranny Flyer last, and about 8 lengths would cover the field with Gigi Rich Ruby. Leading the way around the home turn, it shows out from Written Addiction. In third is Gemini pulling to the outside. Pipe to Board is back along the inside rail. It's a Battle, and Cranny Flyer running on, and Suffragette is also coming home okay. But Gigi Rich Ruby is still in front. Suffragette's emerging. Suffragette is coming after Gigi Rich Ruby, and a boil over with Suffragette beating Gigi Rich Ruby. It's a Battle. Fourth might be Pipe to Board, just in front of Written Addiction, and also there was Tail of the Fox, then Cranny Fly, Gemini, and Ramadi Bullet ran last.
Behind Suffragettes, over the top of GG Rich Ruby to pay $14.80 and $2.40, $2.20 for the runner-up. It's a Battle third at $3, so 6, 9 and 1, the result of race number 407 at Devonport. Fourth event at Caulfield, 1:45 away, and 7 of the 12 here are last start winners, including See Me Exceed as it resumes.
Yeah, well, I am excited about See Me Exceed because, only the one started, and I thought it was scintillating, scoring with a big rush down the outside at Bairnsdale. That was about 5 months ago. We haven't seen her since the daughter of Sabrin. Her mum was pretty good too. She was a Tasmanian Stakes winner, and she's back at the races for her first up run. So wouldn't be surprised to see her do something here. 13 on top. Our numbers in total: 13, 4, 1, 2. 100% overcame a slow start to score first up. Very handsome win there. Looks to be a good type of horse. And then the 2 up the top, Cow Cow, or Sow Sow, I'm not sure how they say that. And Prevailing Wins with a second up victory at Mornington. Led throughout, did it quite comfortably, won by 5.
Tab.com.au, 100% is the favourites, $4.60 into $4.40. Prevailing Wins just in 20 cents to $4.80. Spirit of Equator in from $6.50 to $6. $5.50 out to 6 for See Me Exceed. And Sow Sow number 1, $7.50 out to 12, but back into it on track. Sow Sow the top one, 11 out to 16 into $10. It'd be best backed on course number 1, 100% the on track favourite, $3.80 to $4.40, back into $4.20. Two from Dean Lester. Prevailing Wins on top, number 2, 2, 13, 4 and 1. Trackside to Caulfield to Matt.
Perugia comes forward. Craig Williams in the winner's circle today. Star Hill's about to come along. 100% See Me Exceed to get set with Prevailing Winds. Also Sirius Black and Flying Frog. Prevailing Winds a strong winner at Mornington despite the small field at a Wednesday fixture there last time. So some interesting form lines here with horses such as Sow Sow coming back from races like the Blue Diamond, and horses that have won on the provincials like 100% who won on Werribee Cup Day, and Prevailing Winds who won at the Mornington fixture. Now going into the stalls is Prevailing Winds, 100% takes another turn, and Flying Frog. So 2 to get set for the fourth event of the afternoon. 100%. Now it comes along. 100% goes in, and Flying Frog will be the last, standing patiently with also Sirius Black. So they're set to run. Flying Frog. Stalls are back and they're racing. Elite Legacy jumped away well with Prevailing Winds towards the inside, and Star Hills is driving through as well. Without deeper on the track, Flying Frog. Strength of Avalon's improving with
Sow. Prevailing Winds just behind those in about fourth or fifth. They were followed by American Genius and Sirius Black. Next in the field then is 100% Perugia, the inside from See Me Exceed. And at the end of the field is Spirit of Aquata. Flying Frog off the rails at the 600. Just in front of Elite Legacy and Star Hills on the inner. A length away Prevailing Winds, American Genius, Streets of Avalon. Sow off the 4 off the lead and swinging to Sirius Black behind those. Perugia runs up behind them too, followed by See Me Exceed. American Genius as they reach the 200 metres in front. Here's Streets of Avalon right down the outside. Prevailing Winds is barging out with 100%. Prevailing Winds, Streets of Avalon and 100%. A terrific go, 100%. May send from Prevailing Winds, and then Streets of Avalon, and also See Me Exceed from American Genius, Sirius Black, Perugia, Sow, Star Hills, Elite Legacy, Flying Frog, and Spirit of Aquata. It'll win for sure.
On the outside, under Damien Oliver, 100%, $4.170 beats Prevailing Winds at $1.90, and Streets of Avalon third at $15.40. Maybe don't watch the replay if you're back. See Me Exceed.
It was a tragedy beaten, I'd have to say. Pretty good horse. I think we back it next time. We'll get something back.
Meanwhile, 100% wins 3 of 4 career starts by claiming the 4th event on an 8-race card at Caulfield, meaning we start the main quaddie in the next. Third event at Newcastle is 60 seconds away. Number 3 is the favourite at $2.50. This is Gary Harley's Best All Day. Rain Over Manhattan is its name. It's just out from 240 opening quote. It's been very good. Good support for Oakfield Twilight to beat it. Went up at $6.50. Horse number 2 for Grant Buckley, bang into $2.60. So big market move here for Oakfield Twilight as it resumes from a break. It's only had the 1 career start and finished third last at Taree when a beaten favourite led around the home turn and got beaten 6.5 lengths. But Oakfield Twilight has been very well backed into $2.60 from $6.50. Tips from Mitch. He agrees that it'll be hard to beat Rain Over Manhattan. Gaz's special. He's got it on top. 3792 as we take it to Mitch for his call of the third.
Right, Marto. Thank you. I just couldn't place Oakfield Twilight off that run at Taree. It pulled up with a poor recovery. It was started favourite on that account. I believed it choked down in that race and then has gone back to the trials and trialled rather well. But there's certainly been a good push for it today through the fixed odds betting. Gavlink's in from downstairs as well, so we're all on board for the third and we're set to run. Smirnoff handicap. Oakfield Twilight might have just backed away at that attempt to load. Mitron a little edgy, drawn in close. Oakfield Twilight ready now, so we're set. In front of the big crowd, the third race. Rain Over Manhattan bouncing about. Set, they're racing. Rain Over Manhattan was about centre field into stride. Oakfield Twilight left well with Toffee Drop and Bryden May going for the inside. So they settle down. Bryden May holds the lead in the fence from Toffee Drop. Oakfield Twilight third. Rain Over Manhattan fourth. And then followed Strategic Times and Take the Mountain. A length back to Mitron and Inner Rain is last. Up before the home quarter, 4.25 left to run. Bryden May narrowly from the stablemate Toffee Drop and 3 out Oakfield Twilight. Rain Over Manhattan trying to get a split and then followed Take the Bryden May still the leader. The outside about a half length away. Rain Over Manhattan can't get. Oakfield Twilight wants to run all over the shop. In the meantime, Bryden May's going further in front and Bryden May breaks through in good style. Won it by 2.5. Oakfield Twilight second. Rain Over Manhattan third and Take the Mountain was fourth. Then followed Toffee Drop, Strategic Times, Mitron and Inner Rain. Luke Cumberland for Scott Asprey. A man by Stitzel.
Chalks up its first win at start number 7 and pay 780 and 160. Oakfield Twilight wanted to run about a bit in the straight. The one they backed, it's at 150 for running second. Rain Over Manhattan in for third at $1.30. 7, 2 and 3 and 8 prominent for fourth there to race number 4. And we'll start the quaddie, the main one, in the next. Heading to Warwick with our next, and race number 2 on the card, a minute 50 away, and Bismarck carries top weight in the hopes of 5 players, but it's a drifter on tab markets from 160 to 190. It's 195, slightly better on the
day at the races, that's for sure. Now it appears like Holly, she was talking to the chairman of stewards in the medico. She's happy to have an ambulance right behind the field, it would seem, and be dealt with after the race. It would seem like to me. Just nursing a sore leg. But she's no doubt getting iced up already. They've got Normandy Lad, so as soon as he is removed from the course, I'm assuming that they'll move in here. Looks like the stewards are returning to their vantage points, so Normandy Lad being removed from the course. Jordan Grob already out for the day. We need a rider for one for later in the Cup. And with Holly McKechnie in doubt, we may need two riders. Artesia. The Cup prize up for grabs. Here, no doubt, Holly's going to be reassessed after this race, but she's going to be enjoying this race from the back of the ambulance.